Anyways, the reason we're doing Flight Simulator today is because of the advent of Flight Simulator 2024, which I do plan on purchasing at some point because I really enjoyed this flight series, especially the newer ones. I can remember playing the 95 version or 2000 version. I want to say it was the 95 version when I was a child. And I recently, a few years ago, got 2022 because I wanted to see what the differences were. And they have now made leaps and bounds between my childhood and the flight simulators today. However, the most recent flight simulator that I played during that time was, I think, 2000 or 2002 when I was in United States Air Force ROTC. So I got a little bit, but this is several years ahead. And I am amazed at what this game has become. So, this is a flight from Philadelphia all the way to Tokyo, Japan. I hope you guys enjoy the flight. I will be flying for several hours. But for you, it will only be a couple minutes, comparatively. Probably be about a half an hour to 20 minutes. But I will be playing for several hours, flying out here for several hours. Whatever you grab's fine. And we got liftoff. I hope you guys enjoy the flight. I love this game just for the scenery reasons, so I'm excited to do this now. I did try to use the pitch trim previously, but I think what I'm going to do is just control the plane normally and maybe keep the throttle at 100%. I tried to maybe make it so that we sit at 7,500 feet, which is cruise altitude for this particular plane, but I had some difficulty with the pitch trim, so I think it would just be easier for me to manually maintain the altitude, just in the sense that so that we don't crash or something like that. But I really had a heck of a time with the pitch trim, to be honest. So I think I'm just gonna try to manually do everything with the yoke. We might go beyond 7,000 feet, but my opinion is, as long as we don't crash, that's it.
1859er heavy, 12 miles east inbound ILS runway, 27 left approach. American 1859er heavy, Philadelphia Tower. Altimeter tree 0 decimal.
Okay, now we're heading north. Anyways, as I was saying before, I got stuck up burping in my throat there. That's why I took it silent. As long as we're not crashing, it doesn't matter to me, in all honesty. I just wanted to try pitch trim, and it just doesn't work out for me very good. So I would rather
Philadelphia Tower, Cessna
get
Alpha
this
Sierra,
thing
X-ray Golf Sierra,
to Japan in one piece than try to figure out doing much.
1 miles northwest of Niner, November 2,500 feet. Quest clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
One of the things, the reason why I love this game is because of the scenery. You can see the highways go through the city. I mean, this is great. I'm taking a left bank turn and straighten this up
Bravo
off
airspace,
the
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
and make sure we're actually going in the right direction here. There we go. Now we're going straight on the VOR. So now we're headed the right direction. And it's gonna be a while. This trip is gonna be at least 17 hours of gameplay. So I'm not gonna be doing it in one part. No way. I'm excited to see foreign countries, to be honest. International flights, yeah, they take a long time, but I mean, they're probably the closest description to that country that you'll ever get if you never get a chance to see them. So that's why I do these long trips, because I've always wanted to go to these places, but I'll probably never get a chance to for a number of reasons. honestly. Like Japan, I don't know if you guys know, but they actually had at least 3 different civil wars. I think one was in the late 1300s, the other one was in the 1400s, then they had another one where the emperor versus the shogunate in the 1860s, around the time of the American Civil War. And we actually, among the Europeans, we actually sent military advisors to teach and train certain Japanese companies or regiments or whatever you want to call it in the European and American way of warfare, such as cannons and muskets, that type of deal. Now, the reason why we were talking about that is because we are going to Japan. That's why I bring that up. But I absolutely love the people from these countries because they tend to be very social. They tend to be very family oriented. Every person that I've known that comes from these types of countries has been kind to me. So Japanese, Chinese people, that they have a certain level of respect in my eyes. Of course, every country's got bad people, every country's got good people, but I do respect these guys. I respect the different cultures, and I do find them quite interesting to learn from. So that's why I love the people around these parts of the world, because they have interesting traditions and they have interesting ancient histories. My favorite view out of all views in this game is the cockpit view. Just the level of detail that you can use. Seeing these cockpits is crazy. Oh my god, that's gonna throw us off course. Okay, now we go. Okay, yeah, didn't throw us off course too bad. This is what the plane looks like externally, I guess. Thought it would be nice to change the view a little bit. About 5,000. Sorry for the bumpy ride there while I was trying to change the view. River that's going in between some metropolitan area. That's really nice to see. It's really kind of pretty. You got the houses down below. I always thought that was the coolest thing about this game, just the level of detail that this game has. I think for you guys' sake, I might play on the external kind of view more. That horizon in this game is amazing, and I don't think you actually could make this trip in a Cessna 152. I think you would run out of before you even got there. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I think you would. So obviously, I have unlimited fuel turned on. Because of that reason, there we go. Let's take be straight on course. That is awesome. Got some kind of river coming up right now. We're getting going off course here a little bit, so make a slight variation to our wings and back on course here. Just see the vast wilderness. I love what they've done to this game, to be honest. And this is really what makes me excited for 2024.
X-ray Golf, Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
1200. Frequency change approved. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Philadelphia approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Type Cessna
Yo,
X-ray
Dave,
Alpha
what is
24,100
this river that goes in between the
Request
two
flight
land masses? I figured you would know because you're the one from this city.
7452 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact. A mile southwest of Niner Papa Alpha to 4,300 feet. Altimeter tree 0.10.
Roger Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Philadelphia departure exigent. 428 Heavy is passing 1,000 feet, climbing 9,000 feet to 8 Heavy Philadelphia. Philadelphia departure altimeter 30.10 radar.
Never ceases to blow my mind. Just the variety of landscape that's in this.
X-ray Golf Sierra contact Town approach on 119.65.
Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's awesome.
119.65 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Town approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 4,000 feet.
Sierra X-ray Golf, Sierra Allentown, approach altimeter 30.10 radar contact, continue.
That's all. Oh, we left Philadelphia, that's for sure. This must be around Allentown. Looks like, I can't tell because we're so high up. It looks like we're going to be going into a
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra to transition Charlie airspace.
little bit. Must be it.
Cessna Alpha, Sierra X-ray Golf,
I
Sierra
think we're
Allentown,
looking down on Allentown right now.
Cleared through Charlie airspace. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
This must be Allentown right here. This is so cool. Keep in mind, guys, this is not a game projected image. This is satellite projected imagery that they transformed into the game screen. So we are quite literally going after over Allentown right now. I would say overall, generally speaking, it's a beautiful day in Pennsylvania. I do have it on live weather as well, so what you see here is what's actually going on in that particular area. I'm interested to see the other states as well, but we might be crossing over to the Pacific Ocean by then. Might even not even go to other states. It depends how the flight path leads us. But I know we have a long trip across the Pacific, I'll tell you that much. And that's going to be a little boring because it's going to be nothing but blue crossed over.
Departure, Airbus Whiskey Uniform Papa Niner 57 is passing 1,100 feet, climbing 5,000 feet.
That little pond over there. Anybody want to take a swim? No, but I think the Pacific Ocean is going to be the boring part because it's just going to be water miles and hours and hours. That's going to be a little bit dry, so I'll try to talk to you guys while we're crossing over the ocean. Again, that's just going to be water the entire time. I think it'll be fun to do, like fly over the ocean, but I do think it's going to be a little boring.
57 climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Climb and maintain 17,000 feet, class Niner 57.
But I think overall, I think these international trips are going to be fun. Get to see different parts of the world. It's going to be a lot of time in the pilot seat. It's going to be a lot of time for you guys in terms of episodes. I would not doubt it if I get to like close to 100 episodes by the time I get here. But at the same time, the amount of time that you guys would be watching would be next to nothing to the amount of time I would be sitting in the pilot seat. But some kind of body of water that goes in between this landmass, kind of like a racetrack. It's definitely interesting. Maybe it's the Allegheny River, but I don't think we're in the right area to see that though. And then we got a little suburb type area down below us here. Looks like we're going into farmland or town or whatever. I can say that because technically I live on farmland too. Let me know, guys, what you guys think. You guys like the cockpit view, or do you like the external view better when I play this game? I think for you guys' sake, I personally like the external view so you can see everything that we're flying over. But let me know in the comments and I'll try to make sure that I spend the majority of my time on whatever view is better for you guys, because I like to show you guys, the different landscapes and roads and things that twist and turn in between the land. Looks like we got not a highway system, but a decent, maybe it is an interstate that we're flying over here. I'm not close enough to tell. I'm not about to get that low, guys. Yeah, I think it is an interstate system because it's really long, to be honest.
Bus 957, contact New York Center on 124.625 day to 12.625 Airbus 957.
Yeah, I think this is a state that we're flying over, to be honest, because it's just too big. Although most interstates don't have bridges like that, so maybe it's just a main road.
Miles south and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 24 approach commuter transition. Town departure Airbus Whiskey Uniform Papa Niner 57 is at 10,400 feet, I mean 17,000 feet. The 6 Gulf Hotel. You are 13 miles west Allentown Tower on 125.
Oh, I see. We're not even in Allentown. We're 13 miles from Allentown. Okay, Allentown. We're about to fly over for east. Yeah, we're discovering parts of Pennsylvania I never heard of. That's obviously farmland down below. This seems to be obviously an interstate. It's like some more forest coming up here. Yep, now it's just wide open country for however long. I like looking down at this city, just an open forest at this point with a occasional river that's running through the entire forest. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I like the landscape change that this game offers. It's awesome. This game blows my mind, honestly. Not one for the outdoors, not really, because there's not much that I feel like I can do outdoors, but I do like to look at the scenery sometimes. And honestly, it is better than the driving scenery. I like it from a plane. It's cool.
X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my zoom navigation approach on 126 decimal tree.
Okay, so we left Allentown.
126 decimal tree Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 3,600 feet.
Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra approach altimeter 30.08 radar contact.
So now we go into a different frequency and stay in tabs with the radio people. Of course, the way I have things set up, it's all automated, so that's nice. You know what's interesting is that I did some volunteer work with the United States Air Force Civil Air Patrol, and I believe this is the exact plane that they actually use for reconnaissance, the Cessna 152, and more than likely other Cessnas as well. But I believe they use this plane in particular. I don't know because I haven't spoke to one of those pilots in a long time. I was in there from 2013, I want to say, to 2020. Which in 2015 they merged us with the United States Air Force, so we're not allowed to claim it, obviously, because they want to maintain different organization identity and that kind of thing, but that's what happened in 2015. And of course, they don't want us taking credit from the people that actually did serve, which is understandable, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid. Like, why would you merge yourself with an organization when you're not going to give those people the same benefits? But the reason I bring this up is because I do believe that this is the exact plane that they use for reconnaissance and other planes like it during search and rescue missions, etc. This thing doesn't want to fly by itself, guys. I really don't know why. I mean, we dropped to 2,000 feet and we were at in between 3,000 and 4,000 feet, but that's okay because it gives us good footage of the ground. But like, I have to be careful that this thing doesn't drop too low. And that's why somehow my throttle, even though I never touched it, decreased in power. That was strange. That's alright, we were fine. Climbing over the tops of the trees, we're doing alright. But this close footage of the ground and stuff is really gonna be beneficial when you actually do get to Japan, because you're going to be able to get some real nice video footage of this. So if I can keep this between 2,000 and 3,000 feet the entire time, that won't be bad actually. I'm just saying, honestly, this ain't a bad height. Might even fly at 3,000 feet the entire trip, and that's okay, because we got plenty of ground, plenty of distance between us and the ground. But now it's starting to climb by itself, which is good, because like, I guess we're losing altitude at some point because our throttle wasn't 100%. I don't know how it got turned down, but it definitely did. Flying over some type of what looks to be more than likely a suburb over there, or some kind of city, and then we got some farmland behind us, and we're crossing a river once again. This is the type of landscape that I enjoy, because I get to see all the buildings and all the cities, and this is just awesome. I do need to make a right bank turn slightly though. Let's go ahead and do that so we can get back on course here. Wouldn't be good if we never made it to Japan. That looks like an airstrip right there. We're looking out this way. You can't really point to it obviously, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. That looks like some kind of airstrip. Thing that makes me ask questions. I wonder how many times I flew over Erie and I never knew. That's originally where I'm from. This landscape just amazes me, how it just changes routinely. Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful day in Pennsylvania right now. I'm not even sure if we're still in Pennsylvania, but across the board right now it's a pretty day. That looks like just a kind of small little neighborhood there. Looking spare.
905, Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, 4,100 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, approach altimeter 30 radar contact. Continue.
There's so many different areas. And that's the main reason I absolutely love this game. It's the scenery that it generates, but also just the variety of areas that you go to. You know what? It's straight flight. Like, there's not a lot of turns right now. It's just some small changes that you need to make yourself still lined up with the VOR. That's obviously farmland back there. Yeah, you can see the little farmhouse down here. This is the kind of stuff that just blows my mind, because if you can't go there in real life because you can't drive or you can't afford a plane ticket, go there and flight sim, because it is the closest thing you'll ever get to actually going there. This is just a massive forest right here. This is the type of stuff you get lost in. I was trying to say that. Take it easy, grab it, please. I was gonna put it on my desk before I took a drink, but I wasn't able to do it fast enough. Thank you. Okay, now I gotta turn all the way around, because when I took a drink, it blew me off course here. But I don't want to make the turn too hard. I don't want to be forever in changing my course back to what it was. Let's go a little bit more to the left here. Okay, now we're back on course here, and we're flying over some kind of township. At this point, I can't exactly say that. You know, to be honest, it's nice when, you know, you don't have the radio people blaring in your ear and that kind of thing. Just solitary silence. You get to look around and enjoy the scenery and whatnot, and you have to make a right bank turn here to correct our course, and level up. This is just absolutely amazing. You got a bunch of fields down below. That's obviously farmland as well. Looks like it's plowed fields. Come on, level up. We don't want you to go down. We want you to stay put, so I can put this down and take a drink of water. Just wants to go down, guys. I'm gonna start pausing it while I go get a drink of water, because this is crazy. Keep it climbing while I'm doing that. It's just nuts. Small little right bank turn to correct the changes that need to change. Why does this thing want to go downwards? I never understood that. Let me see what I can do with that, guys, because that's way easy.
Flight Bravo, you are 13 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 5,100 feet. Next ILS runway approach. Cosby transition. Clear to Cosby. Descend and maintain 5,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Cosby transition. Clear to Cosby Cessna 55 Bravo.
Okay, it was a little bit rocky, but that would be because I increased the mixture point. I don't know why they decreased that, but apparently they did. That's why I wanted to fall to begin with. Alright, maybe I'll make a left bank turn to correct our course changes. There we go. A little bit rocky, but that's okay for another half an hour or so. Seem to be fighting with this plane quite a bit now. Good day.
Going to 118.6, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Binghamton, approach Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf
Binghamton.
Sierra, 4,700 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Binghamton approach altimeter 06 radar contact. Continue.
Love the fact that you go to different towns and stuff, and we still have thousands of miles. There is thousands of miles of ocean that we need to cross, so it's going to be a long trip. Wish I didn't have to mess with the yoke so much, but other than that, I think we'll be fine. Okay, we're veering off course, so let me correct that real quick. Okay, that's all correct. Okay, I think that pitch trim is actually working now. It's good, but we're veering off course, so I'm gonna have to kind of baby this thing a little bit in the process here as it veers off. Just correct it. I wanted to maintain that altitude, 76%. Alright guys, I think I figured out the cruise altitude thingy. So we should be stuck at this altitude for a little bit. I'm gonna alter our course a little bit, or going off course a little bit. There we go. That can be useful. The wind seems to be blowing me off a little bit, but I ever so slightly corrected. I do hope that you guys are enjoying this flight. I know I am, and I'm enjoying the scenery that this game is giving us throughout Pennsylvania. Honestly, I think we're getting out of Pennsylvania, close to it, but we still have a long haul to go for sure, and I'll be with you guys all the way through it until we get to Tokyo. And we're a little above the cruise altitude, but it's quite alright. External view definitely gives you a better view of what's going on, but even so, I think I'm going to decrease the pitch trim just a little bit. Okay, now we're going down. Okay, that's where we want it right there. It's kind of even with the horizon here. Even at 75% throttle, we're still climbing. So that's why I thought about decreasing it, but I guess to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We're holding steady around 8,000 feet anyways, which is a little above the cruise altitude, so that's fine. It is going down over time, but you know, it's gonna take a while before it gets dangerous. Yeah, it's holding steady between 8,000. Yeah, I think 8,000 is a good height, guys. About 500 more than the actual cruise altitude that this plane has. So we're getting up to New York now.
Going to 132.175 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. New York approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 8,100 feet.
We gotta make that right bank turn. So correct. There we go. Let's straighten out. So we're in the state of New York at this point. I think it's a good stop, honestly. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to push that like and subscribe button. Thankful for the 980 people that have subscribed today. And thank you so much. God bless you all. And I'll see you guys next time.